What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Fairly Decent Podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and today we got a special topic for you.
Hello.
But first, as always, before we start, make sure you guys go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, do whatever you got to do to make sure you guys come back every single week. The support is really appreciated. It just continues to grow. It's amazing to see. So thank you guys again for all the support, the comments. Just thank you guys again. And as always, as we do around here, we're going to start with new music. And this week, we're going to go ahead and feature Peter Sun. He's an artist originally from Richmond, Virginia, but right now he lives in Los Angeles, California. Shout out to Peter Sun. I actually had the pleasure of meeting and becoming friends and making music with Peter Sun. That was a long time ago, but still, shout out to him. If you like chill hip hop, which is kind of the only way I can describe it, you'll love his music. Right now, he has a new song out called My Favorite Drug, which has a lot of melodies, plays around with words. So if you're into that kind of music, go ahead and check him out. Once again, that's Peter Sun. All right, so let's get into the topic for today. Has anybody ever looked at you or just said to you, why is everything so funny to you? Or why are you always laughing? Or what's so funny? I get that all the time, and I actually treat it as a compliment now. I used to not know how to think about laughing all the time, or maybe replacing sadness with laughter, or something that's embarrassing, replacing that feeling with laughter. So I actually had a really good conversation with somebody the other day. I won't name who, just for the sake of remaining anonymous. But somehow we got on the topic of laughter and whether or not it's okay to laugh in certain situations, even if it's not funny. Just kind of replacing laughter for sadness or depressed feelings or, like I said, embarrassment. So I kind of wanted to touch on that today and kind of get y'all's feeling on how you feel about just the energy of laughing. All right, so if you think about laughing, right, we all do it at some point, some more than others, some for different reasons, but either way, everybody has laughed at some point. And so in this conversation, we started asking just questions about laughter, like, why do we laugh? We couldn't really come up with a solid answer, but I think laughter is a spontaneous reaction to obviously something you're either watching or listening to or something going on around you, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. I think laughter comes out when it's most needed, if that makes any sense. You don't plan on just laughing, right? You laughing is something you can't control. When you laugh, you can't just stop it. You laugh until you're done laughing. So I started asking myself, why do I laugh so much? Why last year, while my entire life was almost ending and I was going through the hardest time of my entire life and near death, I couldn't help but to laugh at everything that was going on around me. And so I started thinking about that a little bit, and I think I came to the realization of laughing is also a symbol of your take on life. Some people take some stuff way too seriously, and some people take nothing seriously, and both are okay. But it's the laughter that comes when your life may be ending, or, like I said, a near-death experience, or something along those lines where you can still find things to laugh at. Not just things, I mean everything around me was just full of laughter. Everything was full of life, and I think that comes from me being so close to the other side that I guess when I woke up, something clicked that life is a beautiful, precious thing, and there's so much to laugh about. So then you dissect it even further, and I think to myself now, laughter may have saved my life. Because when you think about laughter, nobody is sad and laughing at the same time. You could be crying, you could be something else, but nobody is ever angry and laughing at the same time. If they are, it's a forced laugh. I mean genuine laughter. Yeah, I think laughing saved my life. Just from a physical aspect, it made my body feel better. Certainly for your mental health. I mean, laughing is probably the best thing you can do for your mental health. Just find a way to laugh. That really, really got me through the hardest of times. And then that's when I started asking why. And then I realized, like, everything and anything that could have taken me out of this earth did not succeed. So anything after that, in terms of a challenge or in terms of getting through a rough time, I find myself just dealing with it with laughter now. It helps me so much in finding the mental strength and finding the good in life and not focusing on any negative energy at all. When I had to stand up and, walk for the first time again after months, what seemed like years of not walking, to take those first steps, it was really funny because you think of walking as something that is just like, dude, I've walked my entire life. This is no problem at all. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to fly out of this room, no problem. And you stand up and your feet just instantly give out on you. You have no leg strength at all. Can't stand, can't walk. And the first couple times, yeah, I got sad about it and it was hard for me. And then again, you lay there at night and you start to think about, like, you can't let this keep you sad forever. And then I just started finding the laughability in all of it. And, the next day you stand up, you fall over a little bit, you start laughing. That laughing gave me the strength to keep trying and keep going. And eventually back on my 2 feet, walking again. And I really do attribute that strength and that mental capacity and just the will, I do really give that to laughter, honestly. Like, have you ever been anywhere by yourself or anywhere just thinking, and then all of a sudden you just burst out into laughter? And everybody's like, what's so funny? And you're just like, I don't know. To me, that is the best feeling in the world. Laughter is something that is irreplaceable, which leads me into a really funny story. I don't know if anybody else has heard this story. I know y'all haven't heard the story, but yeah. So when I was in the hospital, towards the beginning of it, I had to have a catheter placed into, yes, there. And when it was time for my catheter to come out, I was so excited because I was tired of just the discomfort and just knowing that it was there. It's just not a cool thing. It was not a cool place to be. So the day comes where they're coming to take my catheter out, and I'm at VCU hospital, which is a hospital that also does, is a teaching hospital or whatever. So they have students in there also. And it was one special doctor and 2 students assigned to remove my catheter. And so the day comes, I know it's here, and I'm like, yes, this is about to be the fucking best. And this thing is going to come out. I'm going to feel normal again. So I'm all hype, all excited. And so the time comes, it's like early afternoon. The doctors come in, they say, hey, we're going to remove your catheter. I'm like, sweet, let's go. So the other 2 training doctors come in, but they're students, you know what I mean? So it's like 2 teenagers, a special doctor, and me. And they come with all this gear, little holders, and just all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, this is kind of a lot more serious than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was just kind of, pull it out and keep it moving. But I guess there was a little bit more to it. And so the 2 student doctors approach first, and the special doctor is watching them and advising them and all that. And finally, that doctor comes over and starts to get hands-on too. The 2 student doctors, I'm going to call them kids because they are kids, have no idea what they're doing. And you can tell by the look on their face, they don't want to be doing what they're doing. They're like, this is not why I came here. I did not come here to look at a man's penis and remove a tube from it. This is not what I'm here to study. but here I am. So it's time to remove the tube, and the doctor thought it was the best of all times to make a joke. So he leans over and he uses this tool or instrument, whatever, and grips it real tight. I can't feel anything, but I can just see the two students looking at me, looking at the doctor, and kind of going back and forth and like, what in the hell is going on? So the doctor goes 1, 2, 3, and both of the students close their eyes and kind of take their hands out of any situation down there. And the doctor looks at the two students and goes, just kidding. And we all look at each other for like 5 seconds. And we're all kind of like reading the room a bit. And all 4 of us at the exact same time started bursting out laughing as hard as you possibly can. Because if you think about the situation, I mean, it's the perfect time for a joke. You have a doctor who's done this a million times, knows exactly what he's doing. You have 2 students who have no idea what they're doing and don't want to be involved. You've got the doctor holding my penis with this instrument with a tube sticking out of it. And the 2 interns are just looking like, I really don't want to be here right now. And I'm looking like, what the hell is going on? So he does it. And after we started laughing, we were all cool with the doctors and everything there since I was there for so long. I was like, what the fuck was that? And everybody just started bursting out laughing. And then it's just one of those times that, like, in pure chaos, laughter somehow was like formed. And again, that's just a perfect example of when laughter really can just get you through a time that's either uncomfortable, embarrassing. Laughing got me through that day. And I started using it as a tool, not just for the sake of laughing or being happy. I started using it as a tool to get through hard situations. What I've been doing is looking at a challenge and kind of finding the funny parts in it. If you're starting something new, if you're doing something that's uncomfortable to your normal self, just try to find the ways you can laugh about it, because every time you laugh, it'll put you in a comfort zone that is different than any other. You can be the most prepared person in the world, but with a little laughter, you can find that comfort zone that's really going to help you perform mentally. And that kind of leads me to my last point is, guys, girls, men, women, just remember to laugh. Even if something isn't funny, find the humor in it. It's going to make you so much more comfortable. It's going to allow you to get out of your shell, get out of your normal skin, do something that you normally wouldn't do. There are tons of successful people out there who all got started by doing something they normally wouldn't do, and I guarantee you they got some of that success from laughing about it along the way. So I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up for today. Thank y'all for listening. Thank you for coming back. Hopefully this puts a smile on your face, and I hope this, again, reminds you to laugh. Please take a second of each day and just find some laughter in each day. It will make your day go so much better. And I pray for all the negative people out there that you are listening to this and can find some laughter in your life too. I think we'd all be a little bit more friendly. I think we would all be a little bit more understanding if we took the time to laugh not only at ourselves but at one another, obviously in a kind way. But I think that humor can be found in anything, and I think with the right amount of humor, a lot of success and a lot of positivity can come out of your daily life. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Thank you guys again for coming back, listening each week. Next week, we're back at it. Hopefully 2 episodes next week. We have a lot of good stuff coming in the next couple weeks. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. We are going to be doing some festivities come early summertime, so definitely be tuned in for that. I'll let you guys know a little bit more about what's to come as it starts coming in, but yeah, thank you guys again. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you guys have a fairly decent week. Make sure you guys have a laughter, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.